Bruce Lee, widely regarded as one of the most influential martial artists of all time, didn't just master a single style, he created his own. His combat style, known as Jeet Kune Do, is a culmination of his life's work, a dynamic and ever-evolving approach to martial arts that broke away from tradition and embraced innovation. The evolution of Bruce Lee's combat style is a story of relentless pursuit, philosophical depth, and a willingness to challenge the status quo. Bruce Lee's journey in martial arts began in Hong Kong, where he studied Wing Chun under the legendary IP man, Wing Chun. A form of Kung Fu, focuses on close-range combat, direct strikes, and efficient movements. Under IP man's tutelage, Lee developed a strong foundation in these principles, honing his reflexes, speed, and precision. This early training laid the groundwork for his later innovations as he absorbed the discipline and techniques that would influence his combat style. However, even during his Wing Chun training, Lee was not content to limit himself to one style. He was known to explore other martial arts forms, such as Western boxing and fencing, which he found intriguing for their different approaches to combat. This early curiosity and willingness to learn from diverse sources would become a hallmark of his evolving combat philosophy. When Bruce Lee moved to the United States, he was exposed to a variety of martial arts styles and combat sports. This exposure deepened his understanding of the strengths and limitations of different techniques, and it prompted him to question the rigid structures of traditional martial arts. Lee began to see the limitations of sticking strictly to one style, particularly when it came to real-world combat situations. In the 1960s, Lee started developing his own ideas about martial arts, focusing on the need for practicality, efficiency, and adaptability. He believed that traditional martial arts were often bogged down by outdated techniques and formalities that had little relevance in a real fight. This realization led him to start stripping away the unnecessary and focusing on what worked in actual combat. Lee's time in the United States also saw him engage in several challenge matches, where he tested his skills against practitioners of different martial arts. These experiences further solidified his belief that the most effective combat style was one that could adapt to any situation, rather than one that followed a set of predetermined rules. In 1967, Bruce Lee formally introduced his philosophy of Jeet Kune Do (JKD), which translates to the way of the intercepting fist. Unlike traditional martial arts styles, JKD was not a fixed system with set techniques. Instead, it was a fluid, adaptive approach to combat, emphasizing the principles of simplicity, directness, and freedom from classical form. Jeet Kune Do was built on the idea of intercepting an opponent's attack as